What's that? Bringing you the latest and greatest in tabletop role-playing, game testing, and previews? Why, it's Wandering Monster Roll Initiative!
And with that, we find ourselves back in the tomb of the Gelfradis family. You have rooted through a sarcophagus and discovered that the skeleton inside is a fake. The bones are moldering away in unnatural symmetry, as if it is some type of composite material that has begun to corrode and decay in the constant moisture. Rivulets of water are trickling through the cracks in the floor, and you hear it plinking on something far below you. Along the walls of this place are again these friezes of signs of worship of the emperor, these imperial signs of piety, warriors lined up giving the knee to the golden throne in the distance, saints and winged cherubs alike, all still kind of fallen in ruination as algae and slime have covered the walls. Other than that, it's silence and the lot of you.
I want to look at the frise. I want to look, kind of examine the frise. Is there anything that seems out of place for an imperial tomb? Anything outside the normal iconography? I don't see here. Would I even know that?
Well, that is a good question. How familiar are you with the Empire of Man? I mean, Mars itself demands so much fealty and so much of your attention. I would say for a normal an Imperial citizen wouldn't need to make a roll, but for you, it would.
I was going to say, I have a scholar score of 6.
I would then make a roll.
All right. First roll of the night. We're coming in hot, baby.
There we go.
Yeah, the key question in that is always, how many arms does the Emperor have?
That's a really good question to ask.
That is.
Immediately identifies what you're dealing with.
Right. I had 2 icons.
Okay. Looking at the artwork, nothing particular standing out as heretical or unusual per se. If anything, it seems very much in a way of like stock art to you. The things you've seen along all the other human temples and the worship of the other half of the Omnissiah, the lesser half in your opinion, and nothing seems that unusual, but just that it seems very copy-paste.
You are absolutely accurate with describing like religious iconography, especially in tombs, as stock photo-esque, but it's such a fucking banger of a description, Ian. Bravo.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah.
I'm here all night, folks.
I'm going to go ahead and start like let me check on what my stats are, because I'd like to see where the water is draining to in the floor, or see like where the holes are that it's draining through, to see if there isn't some way that we can find some way to enter the chamber underneath us.
Okay. Good point.
No, those are.
So
would that be not intellect, but
as you are looking at the water, you see that it's as soon as it kind of wicks down the walls, it pools a bit, and then it begins to make its way. You can trace the moisture and how it's going between the cracks in the floor, and you do see that there are some almost looks like missing stones or chips, especially towards the front of this chamber, very easily missed as you transition from the lambent light of outside to the deep gloom of here. Perhaps maybe you could pry these stones up, or knowing the lot of you, detonate them.
Well, I don't have a pry bar, but I do have a chainsword.
I have a entering tool.
Oh, cool.
I have a tool, and I'm a ballistics expert. I mean,
Damn.
That's right. You're a Krieg's core.
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely have a shovel. You have a trenching tool.
yeah. I just you guys hear from over like off staring at the floor.
Oh, I think I got this.
Best Krieg Death Trooper voice actor in the business. Hire him today,
Yeah.
folks.
I mean, come on. It's all networking
nailed
for
it,
voice actors
yeah.
from what I know from my one voice actor friend, and
Yeah.
I don't network. I'm
Then-
terrible at it.
If you are planning on, were you saying how were you planning to approach this? But I'll tell you kind of what your options are given your background.
So plan is to see where the water's going down. Like that looks like a good spot to start excavating, and take out my tool and just start, chipping away at it or blowing it up. Make a small hole to put some dynamite in if I have any. I don't think I
Okay.
saw it on my character sheet, but I can hope.
Well, starting with a shovel or using dynamite are very vastly different things. But
Well, the shovel is to get the pilot hole for the dynamite.
I
Oh,
see.
Then the
yeah.
dynamite goes in.
Okay. I love that. So go ahead and I'd say for you, knowing the Kriegs, I'd say your best bet is probably to use your survival, thinking about how you've
Okay.
dug trenches under fire and just that innate instinct of how to get down and cover or to make the use of your terrain. So go ahead and make a survival check to see how you can read the lattice of cracks in this floor and really where the weak spots are.
Sorry,
Cool.
I forgot this character sheet. Like I thought I knew where everything was at. Survival. Okay, I've got a.
So you have
4.
a total of 4. So you're going to be
Yeah.
rolling 4 dice. One of those which is going to be your special other colored die that's going to represent your wrath die.
I remembered the color die. I got 2 of them in case one rolls bad.
But you pick the color in advance.
That's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 3, but it's colored, and then there's another 3.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is no icons, and
Nope.
do you roll a 1 on your wrath die?
Yeah, just the regular old die. It's good.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that's a. Hold on, let me double check. That is a 1. That is definitely a 1.
But not on your wrath die.
Correct.
Okay. So you're not really getting a good thought of where to dig. It all feels pretty loose to you as you're kind of digging through. So you can just start hacking at it and figure it out as you go along to see what loosens up.
Okay. So
Is that what
just
you're planning on doing? Just shoveling away?
The tried and true approach.
They really did a number on the floor. Whoever put it in here is really Master Mason. It's more than stone, I think. I think it's like reinforced stone. If you can reinforce stone with metal.
That actually is a thing in 40K. It's called ferrocrete. But this is
Yeah,
not
like
ferrocrete, though.
Ferrocrete. That's
Yeah,
what it's gotta be. That's the only
Oh,
thing
sure.
that can slow me down. I'm a natural at this.
Definitely.
Do not judge me.
This thing could survive an orbital barrage, buddy.
So you begin shoving, you just begin to hack at the stone with your shovel. The inside of this dome, this narthex, this reverberates this with the sound of your shovel scraping and clanging on the rock floor. It's loud, and you could hear the sound also kind of trickling down to the chamber below, also reverberating almost like a second echo.
Yeah. Whatever's down there is probably either dead or mechanically asleep, so we'll be fine, I'm sure.
Yeah, I haven't woken it up yet.
Not yet.
So Yannick, while you're doing that, what are the rest of you doing? Father Baraqel and Corvin?
I'm just circulating and talking shit about the quality of the freezes. Like, this is sub-system quality. This is the portrayal of the Emperor's downright heretical and how it doesn't portray his glory. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Well, you, in your perspective, when you would look at this, Father Baraqel, This actually is high quality art from your perspective.
Oh,
It just feels very derivative,
Yeah.
uninspired. But the actual craftsman, because this was a very expensive house, it's
Right.
all well done. You just feel like those
yeah,
ads,
it's hacks. They're hacks. They
Yeah.
hired expensive hacks. Yeah.
is that a custodian? Is it a thunder warrior? It's really hard to tell, and someone should have put some more attention.
And the
in all of this.
iconography is significantly different.
Oh,
I mean,
exactly.
one of them doesn't exist actually, according to 40K lore. Didn't I think the Ministorium just memory hold the Thunder Warriors entirely, or not the Ministorium, the Inquisition. But yeah, they're no longer even a memory in 40K. But the custodians are even considered a myth by a lot of the Imperium. I'm going to stop nerding out now.
They don't have janitors in the future?
Different, much different.
No, they're just the highest possible pay grade of that job is what it is.
Okay.
You're not inaccurate. I think that Extaas is unguenting his servo arm. He's like looking at the Ferrocrete floor like, I got something for you.
It's
I can
not
deal with this.
actually Ferrocrete. I was.
It's probably soapstone, to be honest.
Yeah. Paschke
I just
fucked
rolled
up his
really
roll.
bad.
Yeah, and I was gonna say our friend with the servo arm has something for that floor.
I do have something for that floor. So I'm applying holy unguents, which is a fantastic word, to my servo arm. Like it's kind of the equivalent of like wrapping your fist before a fight, but way more phallic and upsetting. Like, yeah.
Fist.
So now that you have a lubricated mechadendrite,
Glistening,
what are
rock
you planning
hard.
to do with it?
Well, I am going to kind of look around the floor for a wider crack, like somewhere where the floor looks weaker than other places.
So as Yannick is shoveling away, you're seeing that more of these cracks are beginning to spider out, and they're beginning to congregate around the base of that sarcophagus. It's looking as if the sheer amount of blunt force he's doing is significantly beginning to weaken that area due to the weight of the sarcophagus.
Is anyone afraid of falling?
I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah, that would hurt my human body.
Your complaints are noted.
Is this
And
some
I'm
kind of
going-
advance for you? Because it sounds like the start of a pickup line.
Wang. That was him.
Let
smacking
us
the floor.
let us clang together, my brother. And I'm going to just thrust my big old servo arm, like wedge it into a crack and open it.
Jaws of lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, let's see. I get like a crazy bonus for using my servo arm. I think. Let's see here. Where's my servo arm? Yeah. I get +4 strength when using it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be a total of 5 for you.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for
And
looking
then
at my character
get a-
sheet faster
get
than
a-
I can.
But you'll have a bonus die because Yannick has been already damaging the ground and kind of loosening it up for you.
No whammies, no whammies. That is 2 regular icons and an exalted icon. I got a 6 on my red die.
Ooh. Does that mean that's your wrath and that's a crit on your wrath?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is another point of glory for the pool, bringing your glory pool to 4.
Hell yeah.
And you can, if you want to shift the exalted icon, you can, or you can keep it for your success. The option you really have is, are you wanting to create a very large hole that all of you could jump down in, or are you wanting to make a more skilled pilot hole? What is your thought?
As funny And believe me, it would be extremely funny to me to just plummet us all down there and take the damage. Extremely funny for John. I'm going to be careful and like try to create a place that we can safely get down.
Okay, so if you're wanting
against John's desires.
So not the pilot hole for the dynamite. He wants to open an opening that's large enough for us, but he doesn't.
If I can, if
you,
I'm sorry, I
can.
misunderstood.
I was trying to figure out if you're going to just do a lot of damage to it, or if you're trying to be more skilled about it. So I'm hearing you're wanting to open I'm
going to be skilled.
Okay, then you will, if you want to make sure you don't cause a lot of extra damage and instability of the chamber, you will need to consume that exalted icon. But then you'll be able to have a good aperture that you could safely go down.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I have a feeling that we're going to need all of the luck possible and all of our health possible for the next bit. So I'm going to try not to cause extra damage to the party.
So Corvin, you've seen your counterparts digging, hacking at the floor, eventually finally opening up a yawning mouth into the darkness below. What is your inquisitional acolyte instincts tell you? What do you want to do?
Well, seeing all this happen, I've kind of backed away from the hole, kind of given them room to do what they're going to do, and I pulled out my my bolt pistol just to be on the ready in case all this noise is going to be bringing somebody, whether from above or from below, up to get us. So I am on the ready, and whenever that hole is ready for us to penetrate,
Brown chicken.
I found. Yeah, no. I'll be ready to go in there.
The machine spirit in your bolt pistol has become very quarrelsome, very hungry. The fact that you've gone through all of those masses of boneyard and the bone pickers and all those mutants, and you haven't fired anything, you can feel it just beginning to radiate violence in your hand.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So after the sounds of drilling and shoveling, it is still quiet here, except for the sounds of water trickling in through the wall cracks and then your own belabored breathing. What do you do?
You're on mute, John.
Is there a hole that we can slip in now?
Yeah, it's a yawning portal that you've opened up, and you don't hear anything in the immediacy.
Okay. Let's see. I have special eyes. I think let me see. What are my eyes? I have an omnispecs. That would help. I am going to use my omnispecs to kind of see if I can sense any movement or technology down there. Any life form? Yeah. Any life or mechanical security measures is what I'm looking for.
Okay.
With my omnispecs.
You got the everything vision. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your tech.
My tech is 7, so that's that many.
Do it. Yeah.
God damn, dude. That is 3 normal icons and 1 exalted icon on my wrath die.
Phenomenal.
This die is treating me real good today, y'all.
Nice.
Sorry, did you say you did get a crit on your die? Or
yes,
no?
sir.
Okay, so that's another point of glory. The Omnicide is
yeah.
with you indeed.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So how, with yours, do you need
And I will bank that one. I will shift that one because
I think that is a great idea. I wanted to pull up if you need line of sight with that, or if stand by. The organization in the book leaves something to be desired.
that is not unique to this 40K rulebook.
That is true. It's going to say, if it's considered as an auspex, then I think we are basically in a perfectly fine position.
I believe it is. I essentially think it's an Uber Auspex, but
Yeah.
I could be mistaken.
Okay.
So
when
give
you
us a ride?
no, sir, no.
Oh, okay.
So you are detecting some pretty strange energy levels, and if anything, what's more strange is there's something radioactive down below. There's some type of interference with your Auspex that's causing a lot of fluctuations with the meter readings. It's not like at one point it seems like it's shifting all over the place. At other times it seems like there's rolling bands of energy, but the spectra are very unusual, and there is a shifting to a lot of beta and also gamma radiation.
That
Those-
that would be
doesn't
the
sound
Xenos
fantastic.
artifact, I bet. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I believe our target is down there. I am not sensing any other measures, but I cannot be sure.
All right. Well, God Emperor be praised, and I'm just gonna jump on down there because, for better or for worse, Father Baraqel is zealous, and chainsword in hand, I'm just gonna leap into the dark. Well, gradually, and I should say carefully descend. I'm not gonna like jump into a hole.
I plunge
After-
in.
Yeah, after making sure that that there is like footing, I'm gonna descend. Yeah.
Okay.
So not chainsaw first, right on in there.
So
Yeah.
making sure that I understand, are you jumping down with chainsword in hand? And then second of all, are you jumping down with a light source or no?
Ooh, light source is a good point because we didn't figure out how my bio eyes work yet. Or if you believe that I had them. So
Yes. If we want to say that you have basic infrared, that is perfectly fine.
You do
With a
need to
little bit of
shout,
a-
I have dark vision, though, like
Yeah.
aggressively. It's one of
Yeah.
the rules of role playing.
actually, instead of that, I think I'm just going to growl "Pray sight" and as though I were like an Astraphin. Yeah, but yeah, chainsaw ready to go. Chainsword, excuse me. Yeah, I'm down there and waiting for my fellas to join me.
All right. So as soon as you jump down the hole, you hear a strange bunch of sounds that come up at you all at once. It is the sound of tubes gurgling. It is the sound of ancient motors whining. And then it is also the sound of way too many mouths opening at once and wailing. With the strange green glow vision of your eyes, you see as you are descending into this chamber an unholy amalgamation of far too many mangled bodies. They are linked together with tubes, wires, hooks, chains, and other things,
Cool.
as if you took a whole corpse load of bodies and put them into a very coarse meat grinder and then mushed them back together. In the place of some arms are very strange, wicked-looking blades that are beginning to power up and glow with a very nauseating green light. You see these very weird projectile weapons, very Cronenberg, things that look like they're made out of bone and metal and something that is neither of those, but uncomfortably porous. They train these gray, dead eyes on you as you are falling, and you see coruscating bursts of light coming from their guns.
Nice.
So that is a fun way to say, ooh, this is going to hurt. All right, and since you're the only person jumping down, you are getting the full brunt of this.
All right, I'm the canary that goes into the thresher.
I think
gonna
we're
say
all
coal
waiting
mine,
for
but-
you to. I also think most of us are probably waiting for you to give us either the all clear or the
or a
most
death
more likely
rattle.
this scenario. Oh no, I'm about to be circumcised.
I think worse than that. What's my defense roll on that?
So your
'Cause I'm looking through
defense
here and
is
you
you have a defense of 1.
Bad news,
know that-
friend.
you know the emperor that you love so much? Guess who
Yeah.
gets the meeting? You do
Ah.
have your Rosarius, which does actually, I see that it somehow didn't get transferred. You really have an effective armor of 5. So because you have that force field with the Rosarius,
That's
and
right.
it does allow you, good to know, you can roll your determination against mortal wounds, which might just come in handy, as I have picked up a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regular icons and 3 exalted icons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my determination against mortal.
Go
wounds.
ahead and roll your determination. Now, as you have, I believe at the very beginning of the episode, did you self-flagellate? Because if so, it does give you your bonus die to determination.
I think I did. Maybe.
You did. At the beginning of this day, you did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like which is essentially God knows how long ago. But yeah, I did. Where is my determination? Sorry, it's 2 columns. I have to make it big.
It is very small and hard to read. Okay.
Well, that's how I like it.
Because of your good eyes.
Right. And then you also become frenzied if you want as well. And I'm looking up the specific rules on frenzy there. So as you are jumping down, you are pummeled by these strange balls of green energy that just rip through you. You feel your bones almost decay a bit when it hits you. Let's see. So that is a total of 2, 4, 6.
So determination is 3. So
7, 8, 9, 10. So that is 11 icons versus your armor of 5. So that is 6 wounds that you would take.
Oof.
And then
I can take up to 4.
Oh,
so...
wait! I still need to roll my bonus dice. For
oh, good.
That is Jesus. Have mercy.
Who's that?
That is. And 2, 3, 5.
The Facian is
17. That is 24 wounds.
Ouch. I'm not even gonna bother. I did roll my. I did get 2. Like I got an exalted icon on my rat. So that's like a point of glory. And since I'm gonna die, no matter what the fuck I do, I'm gonna go ahead and just donate that one to the cause, as I am shredded into necrotic gelatinous green, and all you guys hear from above is like the most hideous shriek of despair and anguish you've ever heard, and like a wisp of like my surgically attached second scalp comes floating up, that's like decaying as it comes up, and that is the sad fate of Durath Baraqel, late of the Ministorium and the Inquisition, now gone to glory by the Golden Throne, or torn apart in the warp. The books are hella unclear about what happens to people when they die.
It's the warp.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
It's
even the ones who are like, the one exception I think is the Saint Celestine, the Living Saint, because she did experience a weird afterlife where she fought chaos demons and felt the Emperor's warmth and shit. But just about everybody torn apart by demons forever.
The warmth that you feel is an obscene amount of gamma radiation that cooks your bones. You hear things snapping and popping inside you, reminding you very much of street vendor food that you recall before you were brought to the Ministorium. You have this brief little image of your childhood, and then everything just turns into bloody static, and you are gone.
Yep.
There is a smell of cooked flesh, and all of the incense that Baraqel had in his pack also ignites.
Oh, cool.
What do the rest of you do?
Kind of peer over the side. Oh, that doesn't look good at all.
That seems heretical.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, good
You
point.
hear his
That is
gun
probably-
cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aim gun down the hole. Just start like unloading.
I
blindly.
think
Besides the cinders of Baraqel's body, it is pitch black down there.
For now, do I have like incendiary rounds that can
Well,
light the place up?
We're going to do a roll for initiative, and then we'll go ahead and round robin. Your turn initiative does matter, and as you can use your glory to steal initiative. Don't forget too, any time that you roll a crit failure, I get a point of ruin, which gives my creatures more abilities. So the worse you do, the better I destroy you, as case in point. All right, so everyone roll your initiative.
A 6.
Who the fuck cooked this up as a introductory adventure, like level 1 monster? By the way,
Well, the
Well, we're
challenge
tier 3.
is you spent a long time making a lot of noise, and then jumped down and
blindly.
and that was unfortunately in this one scenario. You were just jumping right into a scorpion nest with.
How do we roll initiative again?
So if you look at your attribute, you have the initiative is your
Oh.
actual.
Wait. Initiative, yes, okay. That is a 5 and 2 6s, with my wrath die being one of the 6s.
Okay, well, then that's another point of glory.
I've literally not rolled anything but 6s on my wrath die tonight.
Then we will just do, if it's all right with the group, we will do round robin, starting with Extaas. And so after your turn, it's going to go to Yannick, to the smoldering memory that was Father Baraqel. He'll get to say homily unto himself or whatever. Then it'll be the thing, followed by Corvin in the rear.
Okay.
Extaas, what do you do?
Extaas waits until Yannick stops firing blindly into the hole, and he is going to kind of just
Quick
check
point,
my...
because you're rolling initiative, Yannick wasn't able to start blasting down randomly into the hole.
Okay.
You can hold your initiative and allow Yannick to go before if you'd like.
I'm gonna go ahead and go. I am going to get my little spider legs out, put my servo arm kind of over my body, like it's kind of putting my servo arm in front of me, grabbing my omniscient axe, and I'm going to scuttle down the hole.
Okay, a scuttling you go.
If I am capable of making an attack as well, I will, but I kind of assume that's my turn.
Since you're going to be making a more if you want to tactfully move into the space without provoking attacks of opportunity from the creature below, go ahead and make me your strength check. I will assume that you're using your mechadendrite to help you ascend the hole safely, so then you would have that strength of 5.
Okay. Oh, I didn't get a 6. 2 icons that time.
Okay. That will be enough. If you are doing it as a full round movement and you are not taking any of your other standard actions, you could get down there safely. If you want to.
I'll do that. I want to get down there safely.
So you descend down the side, down the hole, and are able to, like with your little spidery legs, descend down the side of the chamber. You notice with your eyes, as you can see in the gloom here, that this chamber here looks almost identical to the one that you just came from. Almost a mirror image, except this place has much more slime and detritus. There is this muck of rotten flesh. There's the smoldering remains of Baraqel, and there's something just not exactly quite right with the freezes here. There is a door that is to the, I guess, galactic standard north that is bolted into the wall. Almost looks like moldering wood. And also this amalgamation of mangled bodies. You can see that this is a blasphemy unto the machine god's perfection, as it has perverted the human form and technology with Xenos foulness.
Now, point of order, I am a Zenerite.
That is correct.
I am all about Xenos technology. Could I make I took my full turn, so telling me no was absolutely okay, but may I make a tech roll to see if I can glean any knowledge about it?
Absolutely. You could also roll your Scholastic if you would like.
I prefer to roll tech, as it's one die higher.
Go for it.
Jiminy fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 icons.
Okay.
A lot of icons.
This is something you're not exactly familiar with, which in itself makes your blood and various coolants run cool. It does remind you a lot of the Painbringers, things of the Dark Eldar, just with that perversion, but it's something even more ancient and wrong. You're familiar with all kinds of perversions of technology, but there are things here, the angles, things that seem almost non-Euclidean in how the flesh itself has been warped. The more you look at it, the more it seems to fold in upon itself, and you can't really tell where these mangled bodies begin or end. They both seem to be writhing in their automaton construction, both in pain and in pleasure, and also unaware of all of those things.
Did the Catan ever fuck with the warp? I thought that was the old ones or whatever.
Yeah, no, the Necrons like specifically can't.
No, the Catan.
Oh, true.
The ones who
needed they were the first Necrons settlers. Can't because the Catan couldn't.
That's right. Okay.
No, that's a good point. I was about to ask about Necrons myself, actually, Charles, but you brought up a really good point because they are incompatible with the warp.
It's the dimensional thing that makes me think of Catan because they exist in dimensions that like our senses don't quite comprehend.
But Ian, my last question, then I'll let someone else to take their turn. Would Extaas have any like not familiarity, but even like, would he even be aware of chaos as a concept? Because that's proscribed knowledge, and while I am a Zenerite, that's all Xenos.
Don't you get briefed in on that with the Inquisition? I would think
probably not if you're not a yeah. So I'm just going to say, what I will say as I get down there is, I am unfamiliar with this particular blasphemy, brothers. It is unpleasant.
So you definitely see that as you are down here with it, the mass of body seems rooted together. It doesn't seem like it's able to leave this spot. It's almost like a sea anemone of flesh and tech. And they sway in your direction, beginning to move their arms and blades slowly in your direction as if it's leaning over to swallow you. Meanwhile, above, Yannick, you just saw Extaas jump down the hole and into the darkness.
Yeah, so gun on the ready, seeing one of my guys go into battle before me. That's not cool. A little upset about that. So, I would like to think that he has some kind of cord to rappel down. So I'm not just jumping in, but, just like the standard, like clip on and just gun in hand, lowering himself in, just looking for a thing to shoot.
So you're doing a couple of different movements there. You're pulling something out of your equipment, you're anchoring it, and you're jumping down.
Ooh.
That's going to consume what?
There was a lag where your mouth was moving and I couldn't hear you.
Interesting.
Okay, we're good now.
Yeah.
Well, surprise. Thank you for your patience, everyone. So you're having a compound action there. You're wanting to pull something out of your equipment, you're wanting to anchor it, and you're also wanting to descend. Those are a couple different actions that you're doing. You can either more blindly jump down the hole without that type of rope, or if you're wanting to make yourself a secure way to get in and out with like a rope from your equipment, you can do that, but you can't do that and attack.
Fine. I'll jump down blindly to my imminent death, just like other Charles did before me.
Really?
Okay.
I
Now-
mean,
if you're jumping down blindly, you can jump down and make an attack. The difference is you're going to need to roll for me an agility check to nail the landing.
Athletics, awareness. Where are you?
So your agility.
Agility.
is-
It's a 3.
Go ahead and add your athletics to it, so it'll be a total of 5.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take a total of 5. All right. That's a 5 on my lucky die. 3.
Your wrath die?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 2 5s, a 3, and a 1 on my other die.
So that's a total of 3 5. So you have a total of 3 icons.
Yes.
Okay. Then you're able to jump down there. Now, I still haven't heard anyone saying they've made a light source down here. So you've jumped into darkness. You have a little bit of the glow from above, from kind of the light reflecting down the stairwell, but it is almost preternatural gloom here. You can fire randomly in front of you where you knew Baraqel was, but you're going to be doing it a little bit at a disadvantage because you're firing without aiming. But you can go ahead and make your standard attack. Did you say which weapon you're wanting to use?
Oh, last gun, I guess. Does 7 damage. I like that. It's the one gun I have on my character sheet.
Then this would just be a standard combat action. So you would go ahead and use your ballistic skill, which would be a base 7. You do get a bonus because you are firing in close range, but you also have a penalty because you're firing in the darkness. So it's just basically going to be a wash with the standard move. So you're just going to roll 7.
7 dice.
Correct.
Cool. That's a stupid. Why would you do that to me? You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Okay. Okay. So, what's up? How are you doing? How's everyone feeling?
How many? Now, don't forget, you can use glory. Your teammates can give you whatever glory to help you, like re-roll your dice or to roll more damage. You can steal glory and take it for yourself instead of it being given to you. You just take points of corruption.
All right. So 4s are passing, but not great.
4s are 1 success, basically 1 icon. So 4 to 5 is 1 icon. 6 is worth 2 icons.
Okay. So that is a 6, which is 2 icons, a 5, which is 1 icon, a 4, which is 1 icon, and the rest of them suck. My special fun lucky die here was a 1.
Okay, well that's good for me because that is more.
So if I stole a glory, I could re-roll it.
So if you
spend,
if you steal it, then you take 2 corruption points.
I will give him a glory. He doesn't need to steal it. I will gift it to him.
And
I'm down there too.
Just take it out of the pool too.
Can I steal it from the dead guy?
Vaporize, basically. So if you are,
can I breathe in his glory? It's filtered through a mask. I should be fine.
So your glory will let you re-roll the 3s and 4s.
So it won't let me re-roll.
I'm sorry, I meant your 3s, 2s, and 1s.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that because that's 4 dice I get to re-roll. Yeah. Keep you guys over here so you don't get bumped. Your keepers. You two aren't even involved, so I'm going to put you with the rest of my dice that are just arbitrarily in the tray. I'm going to narrate the things that I am doing off camera so that this is less dead air. All right, now it's a 6. That's better, buddy. Proud of you. All right.
Bam.
That's
And I gifted him that, Ian, so he doesn't take any corruption.
Wonderful.
all right. So now I just got the 1-3 that sucked. Okay, I'm feeling better with that. So I got the 6 on my positive, awesome, lucky die,
So
and
you-
then I got
Your
another.
rat- so you got a crit on your rat die.
Yeah, I went from a 1 to a
All right.
6.
So that's another. So that is one of those interesting situations because you rolled a crit on the rerolled glory.
It refills itself.
It does, and
Nice.
I think
That's
it,
cool.
it also gives you still an extra one to the pool. Include so. There you go.
That's fun.
That's awesome.
Okay.
The Emperor or the Omnissiah, depending what side of the fence you're sitting on.
It was my glory, so it was definitely the Omnissiah.
Hey, order
Wonderful.
undivided, dude.
It was
Among
corn.
all of the factions here. Okay,
Yeah.
so break that down. How many successes was that total?
All right. So 2,
many
4, 6, 8. 8 successes.
Phenomenal. So you have
Hell
8.
yeah.
Okay, so you do blast into this thing. As you hear Extaas begin to intone to the machine god, you feel the spirit in your rifle just bark out righteous fury at this abomination. The thing that destroyed your companion, you didn't get to see his glorious death, and yet you are standing in his ashes, and you let loose a volley of bolts at this thing. So for you, your damage that you're going to roll is your that's 7 damage, 7 successes, plus 1 extra die. Hold up here. So that is so the thing. That's a 1. Okay.
Math.
So you have a couple of different options when you're looking at this. So as you're beginning to fire into this, you see glimpses of what this monstrosity looks like. It is a composite of lots of creatures. You have lots of successes against it. You can target multiple things inside of it with the successes that you have, or you could convert some of your 6s, your exalted icons, into extra damage dice.
I like extra damage. This is what I feel like is a boss battle. How many heads does it have? I've currently drawn 4.
So in the 15.
That's more than I drew.
Damn.
I'm not done with this little guy. Okay. Can the baby
Reminds me of
head
the
be on
conversation
his torso?
reminds me of the
right there?
conversation we had, Charles. I did this 32 times. I thought about doing it 64, but that is a big number.
Yeah, yeah.
So in essence, so that would be defense that is 6. So 6. All right. So 6 are hit. Okay. So we'll play it out like this. You fire a rapid shot of your las gun into this thing, and you see multiple of its heads burst. You see that they would pop like these strange melons or fruits that you haven't seen before. I need to roll a quick soak. That's so
It is true that the Krieg make Cadians look like there's actually several factions that make Cadians look kind of wimpy. There's a particular Death Worlder group. I can't remember who they are right now, but they're the Muscle Mommy Death Worlders. Great book about them that just came out, and they're all bigger than the Cadians and mostly female. Their troops, and it's a very funny book. It's worth reading. Yeah.
Cadia stands, brother.
Yep.
You blast
Cadians
4
stand. Cadia does not.
4 of their heads rupture as the rest of them moan and scream. They move their multi-bladed limbs away from Extaas and more towards your direction. One of them, as you jump down in close proximity to this thing, lashes out at you, spending a point of ruin to make a reaction attack against you. And this blade slings out at you. It is glowing with these strange green energies. It's almost like an aurora borealis, but it is wrapped around a blade. It is haunting and beautiful and terrifying all at once. And it rolls. So that is now. Okay, so your defense is increased by 2 because this is a quick attack that it makes. So your defense with your flak armor is a total of, so that's 5. You have a defense of 7 for this roll. And it gets 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. It does, so it slashes out with this blade. And you step back in time. As it swings its blade up, it briefly illuminates the entire chamber, and you can see the scorch mark that was Father Baraqel. You can see all of the terror of this creature, and you see Extaas looking both very excited and horrified by this thing in equal measure.
Yeah.
All right. So the creature had spent its full turn as a full-time action last turn. So you see it begin to writhe and rhythmically sway back and forth. It burns another point of ruin, and it makes another attack. It is going to attack you again, Yannick. So your defense for this is your base 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it gets 1 success against you. So it inflicts 1 wound against you. So that is 10 damage plus 4. Damn, this thing is brutal. It slashes out at you, and it catches you as if maybe one of the blades was used as a feint. The other one skewers you through the side.
Ooh.
You feel your blood boil where the sword goes into your side.
Yeesh.
All right. That
Okay.
is. That, all right. So that
You guys just hear after like that.
Oh, Rory! Yeah, just like that.
That makes sense.
Oh, that is 14 points of damage. I need you to roll me your determination to soak it.
Okay.
So that's 4d6, and each icon that you get negates one of those points of wounds and converts it to shock instead.
Come on. That's 5 on my lucky die. That's a 6 on a regular die. That's a 4 on a regular die. That's a 3. That's So yeah, that's
How many do you soak?
So 6s count as 2 soaks.
That's correct.
All right, so 4 soaks.
Okay, so you can only soak a maximum of 3 with your character. So you've hit your max shock. So you.
Okay.
So then you take it. You are considered to be stunned, but that reduces your total amount of. Well, that
Does my
doesn't
armor
go-
of 3 do anything in this case, or did you already factor that out?
Oh, that is a good point. That should. Let me just double check to make sure that I. Yeah, I forgot. I have to take off your armor's AP, so that would soak that by 3. And I have to take your resiliency off of that as well.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so that would put you at 14, 3. I think is that just 2 wounds after all of that?
Ooh.
God damn.
Yeah, I can take it. That's fine.
Oh, resilience of 4.
Where on this character sheet do I actually find my hit points?
Your hit points?
Max wounds.
It's max wounds.
Max wounds. That's what I'm looking for. Okay.
Oh, actually, well, I should have done 2 more wounds, but I will let you take my mistake. So you just take a total of 2 wounds. My mistake.
Nice. I was really afraid we were about to each turn it was going to take someone out.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is that I should have also added on agonizing as far as the wound damage because it is a Xenos tech.
Yeah, but he's into it, so it's not really agonizing.
That's actually accurate. I think he read one of the Krieg's books between sessions.
Nope. Still no clue what this world is. Leto Atreides II, I guess, is not involved after all.
I'm gonna read that origin novel again. It's so
Ian?
damn good.
Yes.
Before Kevin comes down here and this thing spends any more ruin to eviscerate me, I don't know if it's going to help, but I'm going to activate the Rite of Shroud Psalm. It's just a talent I have that makes me invisible to robot eyes. Now, it makes me invisible to human robot eyes, so I don't know if it's actually going to help, but by God, I'm using it.
You feel like, you feel like this is, I feel so much more secure down here as you hum that on. So, Corvin, you've been waiting in the rafters, observing this whole scenario unfold. What do you do?
Well, being as my augmentic eye gives me night vision, I can see what's been going on between the blasts and the muzzle fire and stuff. So I noticed that Yannick has been got pretty well stabbed and then kind of less sorted, but then still sorted. So I want to train my my bolt pistol on that thing and start firing as many rounds as I can into that to make it stop doing that.
Wait, say that again. You're using your action to do what?
I'm going to stay up top and basically just do cover fire to make sure that these guys can get down there. And but I'm starting off at the one that was attacking Yannick.
He's attacking the arm that just wounded Yannick. Yeah.
You can do like a multi-attack if you want and fire. You can use your whole round to do multiple shots down there. Every extra shot you do adds +2 difficulty number to all of the tests that you make, but you could certainly do that. You could do a you can fire into let's see. You could do a salvo. You're going to be using your bolt gun, so you can also let's see if you have any special actions that you can do with that.
I know with the augmentic, it gives me a bonus to sight-based awareness checks, night vision. It's got a pick recorder. +1 bonus die to ranged attacks, and no range distance penalties. So I'm assuming this is at a range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he able to do like a called shot to like essentially try to hit the creature in like the joint of the bladed limb and just tear its limb off?
Well, he's also firing into combat, so he already has a +2 difficulty on top of it. So that would probably be maybe not the best option, but it is an option.
Understood.
All right, so go ahead and... So are you making just one shot, or are you going to do multi-shot?
I think I'm going to do one shot.
Okay, then go ahead and make your ballistics check.
Ballistics. Oh, okay, so 2 die. So it's plus the agility, right? So it's 5 dice altogether.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there's part of me that's wondering, is like, boy, I wonder if if you burned your whole glory pool, if that would have been enough to save Father Baraqel from being obliterated. In the back of my head, I'm doing the calculus, and I'm like, I wonder.
He's dead.
I'm
Move
dead,
forward.
dude. Yeah.
Move forward.
Why can't he burn the glory now? Why can't like the glory pulls particles back together?
No.
Because it's dragging the session to a halt.
All right,
That's
fine.
why I go.
We'll move on for time.
I've got 6 successes, 2 6s, 3 6s. So that's 7 successes, and then on my my wrath die, it was a 3.
Okay. Now you can dump all of that extra. So since you have a couple of exalted icons, you can either have your attack also hit multiple, because this is basically how we're treating this creature as a mob.
Mm-hmm.
So you can either use that extra bleed to attack more targets, because in a mob they have less hit points, or you can dump it into one target and make sure you destroy it. But
Let's go for the mob then.
Okay. All right. So you have a total of what, 6 successes, did you say?
7.
7. Okay.
That's a cool monster that qualifies as a mob.
All right. So that's one.
That is very rad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Mobsters are monsters.
All right. So you fire into it, and it begins to sway and move in a very strange way that body shouldn't move. You hear bones crunching on bones, wires frizzling, and the strange blades snap out and cut most of your bullets mid-air. One of them is absolutely pulped. And so that is 5 down now.
Oh, okay.
As you have fired into it, all of the heads snap up towards you and scream. It's like that scene from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It is this dull drone, and they point their guns up at you, burn a point of ruin, and fire at you.
Oh no, thank you.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is 5 successes against your defense.
My defense is 1.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say with your resiliency. Let's see, it.
Oh, resiliency 7. Okay.
Okay, let me roll this out. When you're working with a mob, the die pool is just insane. So it takes a second to calculate how they do their stuff. So that is.
While Ian is calculating that, I just want to say that I believe Tommy's new Mork board game, Mork Dode, does include mob and like mass combat rules. So if you didn't back that, you should pre-order it because it's going to be fucking rad. And I believe Ian is editing that.
Yeah. I need to check in to see the status because I'm excited to definitely get my...
I haven't written my part yet.
All right. Okay. So it does hit just by the skin of teeth. So that is 10 plus 1 damage die, which is 1, which is 3. My God. So this does 13 points of damage plus a bonus point of shock.
Did you factor in my flak armor as well?
I haven't added all of your soak, so your soak would be your resilience of 7 plus your flak of 3, which is 10. So that is, what did I say? Did I say 13 or 14?
You said 13?
13. So you take 3 wounds and you roll your determination to see how many you soak.
Oh, okay. So that's 4 dice. 5 out of 6 and the rest are under 3.
Okay.
Well, a
So-
3 and a 2.
So you said you had a 5 and a 6, because if so, that's 3 icons, and you
Yes.
would soak all that, but then you take an extra point of shock, so then you also are fatigued. All
Oh.
right.
I'm tired, guys.
Okay. Extaas.
So I'm just going to attack, and you can decide that if I get a any kind of bonus for being invisible, if I am in fact invisible. I'm going to let you hold on to that knowledge without telling me, because I think that's more fun.
Mhm.
But I'm going to jump in with my Omnesian axe. Let's see. For that, I'm going to roll. What is my attack? That would be
Give you your
my
weapons.
weapon skill.
Or-
So 4.
Is that a power axe?
It is a
Basically.
special power axe used specifically by the Techpriest hood.
Yeah, so it's probably an Omniscion axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
All right, that is 3 icons enough?
To hit it?
Yeah,
Yes.
cool. My Omniscion axe does 6 asterisk plus 5 ED.
Okay.
What
So that is
does
how your extra
asterisk
damage.
plus-
Yeah, I do erectile dysfunction damage.
So your extra damage dice are basically, you would roll them like you would icons. So with your success, you would be basically attacking 3 of them, and how this works basically with mob, but it still needs to roll its resiliency. So let me drop that down for 1 head. That
Should I roll my
Corvin?
bonus dice?
not yet, because
Okay.
it is. Damn, this thing is absurd. So you swing your axe, and when you swing your axe down, it swings all of its swords together to make like a shield in front of it, and it blocks your axe mid-swing. Your energy fields begin to crackle off of each other, and you see that there are strange tubes that are beginning to boil inside this machine as it strains against your axe. It illuminates this whole chamber so that allows everyone down here as well as above to get a good look at it. And you can tell that it's being powered by some type of power source in the center of its mass.
Okay.
Yannick.
Power source in the center of its mass. I feel like that's a valid target.
It's also glowing, so you can, see it
Yeah.
easier.
Exactly. I would like to do a attack on it. You said I was in shock. Is that going to affect my attacking?
You're going to have difficulty of +2 for your next attack.
Which would be now, right?
Correct.
Cool. All right. So difficulty of +2. So I'm going from 7 to 5.
Yes. In
okay.
essence, if you want to consider it that way, it's correct.
Sure. All right. Get out of here, guys. I can't come to the party today. All right. 5 on my lucky die. 6 on a regular die. Another 6. That's awesome. You're a 1. You suck. And then another 5. So 4 total?
4 icons altogether.
Yes.
Okay. And are you attacking the creatures, or are you going for the power source?
I thought I made that clear. It sounds.
I'm just making sure, because it changes the difficulty. So that's 2.
You said power
1.
source.
Wow.
It's glowing. That should be easier.
It's true.
All right. So this +2 defense. So that would be all right. Roll me 1d6.
All right. You were 1, so statistically, you've got to do better, right? That's better than a 1. I rolled a
What did
2.
you get? Okay, so that's 1d6 plus 1, so 3. So as Extaas is straining against it, and you can see these machines are beginning to boil with the strain of holding him off that you come in and you fire a shot right into that system. Some of the tubes begin to explode, and you see 3 of the bodies inside this mass power down and then also begin to melt from the inside out, their flesh running like wax. So you've reduced this now to 7 heads. They all begin to wail dumbly, and the room is filled with additional noxious odors of unlike any type of putrefaction you have ever smelt before.
I stopped breathing.
Well, you could do that anyways.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know I'm purposely not breathing now.
Even though that they are still straining against Extaas, they move their extra gun limbs in your direction, Yannick, and they fire a retaliation, burning another point of ruin. That is
Okay.
8 now. 8 plus 4, 2. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes. All right, so it hits against you. Roll me your determination. So for you, again, that is 4.
And lucky die. Get out of here. You betrayed me. Tired of your bullshit.
That's a 6.
All right, that's 2 on my lucky die. 3, 4 and a 6. So 3 successes.
Okay. So that's 12. Plus 1 die. That's not a bonus die. Okay, so it's 12 damage. So I'm sorry, how many successes did you say?
3.
Okay.
Plus
So
I got armor.
You do.
Yeah.
So you take 2 more wounds.
Okay.
So that puts you right towards your threshold. You can take... Oh, no, you have 6 wounds. So yes, you have down to 2 more wounds. But don't forget, because you are Death Krieg, you have Die Hard, so you can take a little bit more immortal wounds than other people before expiring. Okay. All right. So it is its turn. So it pushes you back, Extaas, and then it lashes out. It divides its attacks between 2 of you. So it is going to focus on the 2 of you down here, lashes out. Actually, it rolls a Wrath crit failure. So its system begins to glow again. You see more tubes in it beginning to work overtime to compensate for its motive energies, and it leaves itself vulnerable again. It slashes out at you, Extaas. 1, 2, 3. And your defense, Extaas, being tier 2, is, hold on.
Does my resilience help at all?
It does if I hit your defense is 2, so it doesn't, so it does not beat you. So
okay.
You take your Omniscient Axe, you block its attack. It then lashes out towards Yannick with a Forest of Swords. And Yannick, that will hit you. Roll me your determination again.
All right. 3 on the lucky die. 4, 5, and you betray me. So that's 2 successes.
All right. So here's the interesting thing. When it rolled to attack you, it rolled another. So it rolled a crit failure as well. So it hits you, but you also get a retaliatory attack against it.
Good.
So let me roll bonus damage die. All right. So
remember, it's left itself open by doing this.
It has. You take 2 more wounds, which would
kill a lesser
kill
man,
a normal human.
Right.
But you're from Krieg.
Yeah.
He's not dying yet.
Nope.
He's basically able to get an extra set of damage after his max, and then he still doesn't die, but he gets a memorable wound.
That's the coolest
awesome.
fucking feature of Primaris Marines, by the way, is the Belisarian Furnace. That when they've taken mortal damage, it like supercharges them until they die, which inevitably will happen. There's like no going back from it. They gain this like absurd advantage because Belisarius Cawl designed them that way. Arguably making him better at his job than the Emperor, but you know, I'm a partisan in the matter.
So, Yannick, you were able to get your retaliatory attack in.
All right, and this is 7 or
For
5?
your attack?
Yeah.
That's the thing, is you're firing into melee, but you're also point blank, so I think it's a wash. So, that's right. Then it's -2 for your hitting the called shot. So, yes, 5 again.
All right. How much glory do we have laying around right now? Do we have any? Do we have any glory? Can I use some of that glory?
You still
You rolled
have
the glory last time, so you can use it now.
I'm going to use it, and we don't need to talk about what just happened.
2 points of corruption for using it yourself, but that's,
I don't care.
I'll
I
give
don't-
it to him.
Can I use another glory, or is it just a Wednesday thing?
So no, you could use as much glory as your companions give you, and you can use it in different ways. So you can use it to re-roll your 3s, 2s, and 1s. You can also use it to modify the damage, and you can use it to modify the severity of a crit hit.
So I
So
rolled.
you can also use it to increase a 1-to-1 ratio for dice pools, so you can add more dice to a roll.
Okay. Here's where I'm sitting, gang. I have re-rolled all my dice because they all sucked that bad. I forget the exact math out, but it was just nothing positive. I currently am sitting on a regular 6 and a bunch of trash. Should I just re-roll again?
I am saving my last glory for myself.
That's fine. You're allowed to do that. But where I'm at right now, I'm just like, that's 2 to hit, nothing special. I would like to kill this abomination to our emperor. That's how this phrasing goes in this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Heretic, maybe not. If you actually are able to just if you have enough to actually hit that system.
Okay, so I can hit the system with my 1/6
because that's 2 icons. Correct?
Yeah.
An exalted icon, correct? Yeah.
Roll me 1d6 plus 1.
All right, 1d6 plus 1. That's a 5 plus 1.
So that's 6.
Yes.
So you hit an even larger vial of the green material that's inside the mechanic components of it. You see 6 of the twisted bodies inside rupture and power down, leaving only 4 of these things left. The things that you like, once the green goo oozes out of them, one of them catches on fire, and it moans and wails as it decomposes and burns and rots at once. It's a very strange thing to behold, but it fills the whole chamber with sooty light. It's its turn, so it only has 4 of these bodies left, so it will focus all their wrath on you, Yannick.
But I think maybe it should spread the love around.
Well, you're the person who's doing the most damage to it. You are the biggest threat.
You want this. You're a Krieg. You were born to die.
My character wants this.
Yeah.
The player does not want to die.
It also rolled a crit success on its wrath die.
Yikes.
So
that's probably fine.
I'll heal or something, right? It's good. No one seems
so here's the good news. I don't even have to do the calculus of how much damage it's going to do.
Oh, thank God,
it's going to be a lot. Because it hit a crit, it's going to get its bonus dice. It has rad damage and it has agonizing damage. However, you have Die Hard. Your ability is if you suffer any more wounds from your max, you aren't dying. You roll on the memorable injuries table and you heal 1 wound. So not only are you not dead, you go to 1 wound and you have a permanent badass scar.
Whoa.
Nice.
All right, so back to 1 hit point, and I now have a cool story to tell.
No. Back to all but 1 hit point.
Oh,
Yes, you have 1 hit point, and then after you lose that extra wound, then you're dead for real. Go
okay,
ahead
never mind.
and roll me 2d6, like 2 6s, and let me know what those numbers are.
there's a 6 and a 1.
6 and a 1.
The sweet and the
Okay.
sour.
All right. So as the sword comes down, it slices through your helmet, through your gas piping, and it cuts off your ear all the way to your skull. It shaves off a layer of bone as well.
It Van Gogh'd
goes.
me.
What?
It Van Gogh'd me.
What?
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh'd him.
He lost his ear.
Ian was making the goof that he couldn't hear me because Van Gogh lost his ear and I lost my ear, and here we are now, all ear loss.
I see what you did there. Clever.
All right. Corvin,
Yes.
It was fun participating in that.
you see that there's explosions of these green capsules. You see what should be a mortal wound take down Yannick, but he just shrugs it off, and he seems more upset that now his muffling gas mask is no longer going to obscure his voice.
Hi, everybody. It's nice to actually talk to you all for once.
Absolutely not, Rada.
Corvin, you see it from firing, giving this kind of suppressive firing from here. You see there are 4 of the bodies in this mass that are still active.
And there's still that glowing central part that was
It
Or is that-
stopped glowing after he did the damage.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to start smoking these 4 writhing masses of bodies.
All right, go ahead. And are you doing a full-out attack as well?
Yes.
Okay, make your attack.
All right. So that was it 7 dice again? It's also +1 because of the augmentic eye, isn't it? Or is
And
that...
it's also +2 for being in short range, but it's also -2 for being firing into melee. So I guess it's just +1 to your ballistic skill.
Okay. Ballistic. Okay. So 5, 6. Okay. That is so many dice. 2 5s, and that's it.
All right, so that's 2 to hit.
Mhm.
So that does allow you to hit it. It will. Okay. Roll me, or what is your damage? So your damage would be, so it is 1, 2, 3. Oh, so it does not. Okay. So you're actually able to hit 2 of these.
Oh,
And
fancy.
looking at the damage that you inflict with your pistol, you are able to, let's see, that is 10. You take out 2 more of these. Your bolt pistol snaps out twice, and the whole dome of the narthex just absolutely amplifies the sound, but it feels like a righteous sound that covers up the terrible sound of the creature itself. There are only 2 of these things left. It still has a point of ruin, so it will turn its guns up at you and fire.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So you, at this range and with the amount of heads, your defense is increased to 2. And that is 3 successes. So it does. Well, nope. It does not beat your defense. So you dodge out of the way as more of those green balls of energy fly up and carve out holes in the side of the wall. More water from the rainstorm outside floods in, and it fills the chamber, leaking down on the people below.
Oh, okay. Hope y'all learn to swim.
Extaas, you're wearing your what feels like your invisibility cloak, and as you are engaging with your axe, you can still see that they're tracking you with their dead gray corpse eyes.
Well, I am going to grip higher on my my axe. My servo arm comes up and grabs the bomb to provide ultimate leverage to swing overhead with both arms and servo arm to crash my axe into this thing in front of me.
All right, 2 heads left. Let's see if the Omnissiah helps you to pull through.
That is this. That is 2 icons.
2 successes.
Yep.
All right. So you... Okay. Let's roll your damage and find out. Okay, so your damage now at the end of this axe is 6 plus 5. Go ahead and roll your 5 damage dice.
Do I roll the wrath dice with that or no?
No. It's just standard dice.
And am I just counting icons?
Yes. So
Okay. I only got one icon.
Each icon, even if it's just worth 1 basically.
I rolled 1 icon, but I'd like to spend my wrath or my glory.
You can do that, and it will increase the damage by 1 for each hit.
Yep.
Okay.
So I will add my my glory for that.
So as the mob loses mass, it loses a lot of its protection. So your attack goes through the first of the bodies, and it cleaves into the second. What prayer do you give to the Omnissa as you bite your axe through these corpses?
I just let loose with the AOL logging in noise.
The most sacred prayer of the Mechanicum.
With and then I sport out the login credentials for hotmail.gov.
Do you also hit the runic key F to pay respects for Baraqel?
Yes. Yeah. Indeed. While his idea of what the Emperor was outdated and weak and a pansy ass, he was a follower of a version of the Omnissiah, and I do respect that.
Yeah. That was a long and hard fought battle. Thing was more resilient and had more bite than expected with how these rolls went. But the nice thing is, speaking of rolls, we do have a sponsor for today's episode. And showcasing it.
We do. So I'm going to make myself big real quick so I can really show this off. This is a handmade wooden dice tower, laser engraved. Look at all of that incredible detail.
It's sexy.
It is really, really sexy. That is Mischief Maker Games on Etsy. You can also go to mischiefmakergamegoods.com. They're on Facebook, Instagram, all that jazz. We'll toss them up on the Wandering Monster socials. But what's really cool is it actually comes apart. I'm trying to do it without sending this everywhere. There we go. Where it comes apart and flattens out so you can store it, and it's incredible. I met them at a event here in Austin, and they are going to be making in the nearest future a specific Wandering Monster dice tower that we will auction off for our dear listeners.
Nice.
A couple of other things I just need to get off my chest real quick is that Mr. Charles Bernard you have a book coming out today, right now. It's out. It's out as we speak. What is it?
Black Sunrise on Piss Earth. Fascism, Nihilism, and the 21st Century Occult. It's my first nonfiction book, and it is a book-length examination of the role that the hidden machinery of politics, the occult, has played in the formulation of especially online fascism in the 21st century. So you'll read about stuff like QAnon, the neo-Nazi Satanist group Order of Nine Angles, authoritarian currents and anti-authoritarian currents and chaos magic, things like that, and how they've impacted things like the 2016 Trump campaign up to the current Trump campaign. So if you're interested in any of those subjects or enjoy, let's just say, punk rock prose with academic credentials, you would enjoy this book. It's heavily footnoted, a lot of sources, a lot of references, and I consider it sort of my magnum opus on the subject to date. So please pick it up. Oh, and all proceeds will be donated to Food Not Bombs. I will not be making a dime off this book. I don't believe in profiting off this particular kind of research. I just want to give back with it. So every penny I earn from it will be going to Food Not Bombs. So if you have any questions about that charity, feel free to Google them.
Right. And I just want to say, I've one of the things I've said to people in, as we've been working on this book is, I don't know if this book is fun, but it is important, right? However, the opening salvo of the book is Charles saying, I'm about to talk some shit about Nietzsche.
Yeah.
So in my personal opinion, the book is very, very fun.
Yeah.
So the last thing I'm going to say is we've really enjoyed doing this this campaign play. It's allowed us to play some games that we've all really wanted to check out and play that aren't new. It kind of let us get into our feet wet and get to know some characters a little better. I'm having a blast with Extaas. Our pirate board game was incredible. Partially because we got to embody those characters. I think I was one of the few characters that lasted the whole campaign. But also, like, it was incredible because this format allows Ian to really stretch out as a GM and as an adventure creator, and that's been incredible to see. However, it's not what we set out to do as a show. Our goal, our mission statement, was to show you the games that are coming out and kind of let you see what it is and if you should dip your toes into new things. And so with that in mind, we are going to return to that old standby where we play one-shots every week. And we're going to be working with new creators and creators going through Kickstarter, the stuff that's coming out. So we're going to be showcasing games that you don't have in your hands yet, or games that you have just landed. I'm really excited to get back to it. But this has been a blast. And hey, round of applause to Ian. It was really
for sure. Absolutely.
And
yeah.
The other thing I'll say is we are going to continue. Jesus. We are going to continue the Big Eyes Small Mouth campaign as an ongoing campaign for when Ian is out.
Yeah.
So if Ian needs a night off, if Ian is traveling, because he just got wed and he's got to show some love to that lady by going to various places in Thailand. If he is out doing that, I'm going to run Big Eyes Small Mouth with all the insanity and lack of planning that you've come to love from my half-assed attempt to be as good a GM as Ian. I believe that is all, although I do want to say two things. First, thank you to Bog Wizard for our intro and outro music, Barbaria, off the album Purple Miasmic Smoke. However, you can also hear that song on the new Bog Wizard album, Journey Through the Dying Lands, which features songs based on Whispers of the Dead Saint and Hagfish Dinner and I Mycelium. It is the Wandering Monster / Madness Heart Games collab with Bog Wizard, and that is available for pre-order right now at Bog Wizard's Big Cartel. I think that's everything. So now that we've finished this fucking combat, let's see what else is in store for us.
The chamber itself creates the sound of the dying creature. The scent of Father Baraqel's incense begins to filter through the smell of burning and rotting and putrefying flesh, giving just a little bit of sanctity in the otherwise blasphemous space. You see that there is a door leading deeper into this place that stands, well, now unguarded, now that it has been destroyed.
Okay, I'd like to hop down into the hole.
Do you have
Welcome
a light
to the
source?
party.
I do. I don't have a light source, but I do have night
You-
vision.
Kevin, you have
There
to
we go.
shout, I have night vision.
Pardon me.
I'm going to treat this like orcs.
Is that what
I
I'm
have night vision!
All right, you have night
Exactly.
vision, and you hop down in this chamber.
Mhm.
All right, are you going and opening this door?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
The door is swollen with all of the water and moisture. It's almost making a seal. Give me a strength check.
Okay. Mr. Bossy. Oh, goodness. Well, that's a 4 on my non-wrath die, and that's a 1 on the wrath die.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so both my arms rip off. Okay.
Yep. Gotcha. You're able to pull the door out. It makes a terrible, loud, squeaking sound as you yank it, and the sound reverberates in the chamber beyond. Are you taking point?
No. I want
I will
push
take
Yannick. I want to push either Yannick or Extaas in front of me.
Extaas will definitely take point on this.
Extaas, as you are advancing into this chamber, your auspex is just beginning to crackle with all of those strange energy patterns. The creature itself that you just killed was giving off its own bizarre radiation and weird signals, but now you're getting more of those anomalous signals that just doesn't correspond with any known material. As you
Excellent.
look in this space beyond, there's a small hallway, and then this other tomb. This is like the third now that you've kind of come in this very strange complex. The difference is this chamber is a lot smaller, and the artwork on the wall is decidedly much more heretical and blasphemous. There are
Nice.
scenes of humans trading esoteric technology with strange alien species that you're not familiar with. There are these strange objects that looks like there is exchanging of slaves or human chattel. There is scenes of debasement and defilement, and the more
Right
you
on.
look at the walls, the more your vision swims, both your remnants of your organic and your mechanical impulse plugs. There's a sarcophagus in the center of that chamber.
I'm going to skitter to the sarcophagus, keeping my. I'm going to continue humming my psalm of not being seen by shit. It just feels right. It's like a security blanket at
How
this
does
point.
that song go for us? Will you remind us the words?
Can you see the Techpriest? No, you fucking can't.
You know, I heard that as Techpriest because of your spider-like legs, and I was just imagining this.
Go call me, baby.
Why pick just one?
Porque no dos. And yeah, I'm going to latch my servo arm onto the lid and pry it open.
When you open this, you find that there is a rotting corpse in regal imperial finery. Held in its skeletal hands is a metallic bottle with a strange, almost organic shape, covered in glowing runes that constantly shift no matter how much you try to perceive it. It itself is very much almost like a Klein jug, and its shape almost seems to shift when you look at it from different angles.
I bet I know what the species is.
I close my eyes.
Thingies
I close my eyes
Eisenberg.
and concentrate on the memory of Father Baraqel, and see if his spirit has any wisdom to share.
Father Baraqel manifests from the warp, shrieking, just long enough to say, do you remember those creepy aliens that made the human face with their hands in the Eisenhorn trilogy? What were they called? The
Labyrinth ones?
Yeah. No, they were God damn it, because they're all nonsense names, or else I'd be able to remember them. It's not because the Clayloxu are from Dune. It's a name like that, though. They did trade with heretics for like their codices that were scattered around our galaxy.
I remember that.
Yeah, and they also did weird shit with dimensions that didn't intersect with ours, and deliberately like drove people to madness with like oceans that went the wrong, like the waves went out instead of in and stuff, and they were very creepy and high tech, and this sounds like one of their artifacts, and they did trade with humans, so I bet that's who that is. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Anyway, back to being dead now.
I listen to all that and think, well, that was a bunch of fucking nonsense. and then I will I'm going to reach out with the servo arm, not touching with my flesh body, and gingerly take this bottle, this thing.
So there are all kinds of pressure sensors and temperature sensors that are built into your mechadendrite. Mm-hmm. The data, the haptic data that you get from your limb is something that does not compute. It is data that just fills you with this strange screed inside. It's like instead of having you communicating in binary, it's something almost quantum, like a scream going through your limb.
I hate chaos. Like, I'm a Zenerite. I know I'm a heretic. I know that most people would consider me a heretic. I don't consider me a heretic. But I hate this chaos shit.
Can Father Baraqel have just one last word from the grave?
Yes.
Dip right back in.
They're called the Ceruthi, and they were a race that fell to chaos. Everything about them was like asymmetrical, including how they interacted with like where the legs were on their body, and they all had two heads, and the Ceruthi. The Ceruthi Empire. So I think that's where this artifact is from. That's all.
So I what did they give us any directions on how to actually get this to the Inquisition? I can't remember that part.
So as you go and pick up the metallic bottle, I'm going to kind of put my shoulder or my head over your shoulder. Is that the Revelator? I think that's the Revelator. Let's go. And I pull out the flare that was stitched into my clothing when we first emerged from the body pile. And we'll start leading everyone back to a spot where I could shoot off the flaring so we can get off this miserable corpse.
Get off this rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you have it. That's what we're doing.
Okay, so you fire off the flare after you get outside. It's still raining and storming outside. And as you get out of that tomb and away from the corpse of the thing, you're able to get connected back with the extranet as well, Extaas, and there is a lot of strange chatter that's going through the comm lines.
I'm
in
sure
the
it's
sphere.
fine.
The first thing you notice, of course, is that there's a burst of activity that happens after the stalker flare is lit. But apparently, while you're in the tomb, something momentous also happened while you were down there. Do you go ahead, and if you want to go through those data spools and find out what you've missed, go ahead and roll me a tech check.
I don't want to, but I'm gonna. I want to remind you that I gave all the heretical stuff to that one guy when we bribed him with a servo skull.
Yeah.
Just a kind room. Oh my god. That has one icon.
Okay, so you're not sure exactly what's happened. You just know there is a large data packet that's being passed with very high clearance across the network. And you also happen to see that there is data related to recent translation from the nearest Mandeville point. And a lot of highly encrypted communication since then.
Okay. For Kevin and Paschke, a Mandeville point is essentially a warp gate between systems.
Okay.
I know Warp Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured that would be an easy explanation. We should definitely get to our extraction point quickly, brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
All right.
God, I hate that.
Oh,
Look, his mask is ruptured.
Just cover your face.
I can't help that the flap is now allowing my true voice to come out, guys.
I don't know. I'm not mad at it.
Gross.
Your
flesh voice is disgusting.
I hate it too. My people don't like sounding like this.
It takes an hour for the Inquisitor to have a shuttle down to come extract you. If there's anything you want to do left, or any other actions, now would be the time. Otherwise, we'll fast forward and have the rendezvous.
I mean, we could play cards or something. I had a deck of playing cards on me that we can just kill time with and like kind of go around.
Yeah, we could play SerVaas. That's in this universe, right?
I'm going to definitely suggest that we lie as low as possible.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Without any other major action,
side note. Is there anything of Father Baraqel we could bring back as sort of like a
dog tag?
Oh, his chainsaw sword? Can we grab that on our way out?
Oh yeah, that might.
It's mostly metal.
survived.
I mean, it's too late to use it, right? It's not like I'm taking it for strategic advantage. It's a keepsake.
It's a relic. It's a holy relic.
Mm-hmm.
Just scrape whatever's left of them, put it in a box.
No, put it in the fuel tank. It's an urn now.
Yeah.
So within an hour, you see the shuttle for the interrogator come down from low orbit and docks outside of this sprawling tomb complex. It's still raining horribly, and you feel like the storm is somehow getting worse. You see the docking board extend from the ship, and the interrogator stands outside, beckoning you towards the ship to get out of the rain.
Yeah, I'll go on.
Yeah, I'm done with being in the rain.
Yeah. No one can tell you're crying.
All right. Inside the bay of her ship, she stares at you and glowers disapprovingly. She said, "I told you to keep a low profile."
We went underground. You can't get any lower than that.
No, I mean,
what are these rumors of heresy that I hear? Talking to the tech priests and telling of atrocities you've committed, Extaas, you could be similarly excommunicated and executed all in once for this.
I would request that you speak to my superior Magos regarding my behavior.
I just may do that. But if you give me the Revelator, then I will interdict on your behalf, and I will call for leniency.
I hand over the relevator. Just like, fuck.
Okay. You just hand it over. Okay. So she takes the object and she pulls her glove off. She takes a needle out from one of her strange attachments that are all over her body and pricks. She watches a bead of blood draw on her finger, and she manipulates the strange bottle until she finds a certain symbol, and she smears blood down it.
Perfectly normal.
Alien runes begin to pop up in projection, and a map gets projected out of this. It's a 3-dimensional and somehow also 4-dimensional map of the local system. You see the heart worlds, you see various points within the void mire. You also see little bits into perhaps the webway and other dimensions. It begins to unfold image after image after image, compounding. Not only is it 4-dimensional, it becomes 5-dimensional. The more you look at this, the more it hurts your brain. Half of your implants, Extaas, begin to blink out with data overload.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm sure it's fine, guys.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we're solid.
Who hasn't been there?
Yeah, that voice is magical.
All right. So she says, "I'll be going now. I would you can come with me, and I would happily employ you on another errand, let's say, or you can stay here and wait for the Grey Knights to come and collect you. What would you like to do?"
Are you going to be doing further experimentation and seeking of Xenos artifacts?
For the glory of the Emperor, of course.
Of course, for the glory of the Omnissiah, I am with you.
What about the rest of you?
Yeah, fuck it, I'm in.
I'm dead.
From the
Ian.
Yeah, me.
I know this is a little bit of retcon. Please allow me to have Father Baraqel's skull.
Oh, absolutely, sure.
We had that hour away.
Charles, servo skull. Cool.
I'm gonna make you my servo. I'm gonna make you my
Excellent.
personal servo skull full
and
of
I'm
alien.
I'm gonna quote scripture at you all day, and you're gonna love it.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna hate each other so much.
All right.
That's marvelous.
As she begins to prepare the ship, and she calls for her main ship to come extract her lander, you hear a strange sound. All of you, go ahead and make me a awareness check.
Awareness.
Awareness. Oh, my awareness is not great, bro.
I get to roll 2 dice.
That's 4.
Or actually, in your case,
Corvin,
if you want to make a psychic mastery check, you could also do that.
Okay. Let's see what. I think I'm going to do awareness because it's 4 dice as opposed to 3.
Okay.
Okay. That's 2 6s and 2 2s.
All right. Who had the most amount of icons?
I had 2, so not very many.
All right. And Yannick,
What are the Grey Knights, by the way? I kind of mutter.
Yannick, did you?
I had 2.
Okay. I guess everyone gets the same. So here's this strange sound that is beginning to build up over the sound of the storm. You see that while the object, the Revelator, is being manipulated, you see the air begin to get thick and greasy. The sound builds up, and it's not like anything you have ever heard. It increases into this crescendo where it sounds as if an Imperial cruiser is being crashed through a cathedral, as it builds an almost ear-popping intensity coming from seemingly everywhere and nowhere all at once. Right next to the Revelator, as it begins to churn out more strange runes in the air, you see the air itself part. Strange pink and blue creatures come cackling out of it. And and they spread strange fires that begin to consuming the ship. You see the interrogator sends her arcoflagellants to try to stem off these demons pouring through the gate, but it becomes too much as the warp gate fully opens into the warp and a tide of demons pours out. Which is a great place to end today.
Wow.
You have just...
Did the Revelator do that? Or was it some unrelated heresy?
Oh, no. That is, if you just give up the object to the interrogator, she uses it, and it opens up a warp gate and basically destroys the planet.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. You know what? We haven't destroyed a full planet since we played Necronautilus. I'm all for it. This has
been a while since we took out a, entire fucking planet.
Yeah, this was interesting because there was the combat. 40K role-playing games offer so much nitty-gritty crunch that the first few times you do combat, it can kind of like be bogged down because you have so many different things going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we only did one combat in this entire campaign, which is pretty crazy.
And it provides for incredibly vivid mind pictures, like when Ian is dividing the multi-limbed horror against two foes and the swords coming together to form a shield. Like, I could see that shit, and it also had mechanics to go with it, which is they're both rad.
Yeah.
Good job, Ian, by the way.
Yes.
But and this is kind of typical for 40K games. So I know that it may seem like combat was this slow trudging thing, but once you kind of get into it, it can go pretty quickly, and it can, like Charles said, it can feel very organic and create some really cool moments, like my attack overloading its defenses, showing off its weak point. Which is super cool. Mm-hmm. We already did an announcement, so all that's left to say is thank you, everyone, for joining us on this consensual journey through Wrath and Glory. My name is John Baltisberger.
I am Charles R. Bernard.
Ian SerVaas.
Kevin Welch.
Mr. Paschke, which should be right. How does this work?
We are going to come back, I think, next week. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks. That's right, because this episode is actually going to go live like really quickly, as opposed to the week out that we usually do. So, again, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Until then, if you cannot wait, do not worry, friends, because Bridget knows a shortcut.
You've completed another Wandering Monster adventure. Click subscribe, leave a review, mark experience on your sheet, and we'll see you next time.